The hardest part isn't failing. The hardest part is pretending you're okay while you're falling apart. It's sitting in your car after work for 10 extra minutes because you don't have the energy to walk inside. It's staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning while your mind replays every mistake you've ever made. It's opening social media and watching people your age announce promotions, engagements, businesses, houses, victories, while you're sitting there wondering if you're moving forward at all. And what makes it even harder is that nobody sees it. They see your smile. They see the photos. They see the version of you that knows how to function. But they don't see the battle. They don't see the fear. They don't see the quiet question that keeps following you everywhere you go. What if I never become who I wanted to be? That question has stolen sleep from millions of people. Maybe it's stealing sleep from you, because somewhere along the way, life stopped looking like the picture you imagined. You thought you'd have more clarity by now. You thought you'd feel more confident by now. You thought you'd know exactly where you were going. Instead, you're carrying uncertainty. You're carrying disappointment. You're carrying anxiety about a future you cannot control. And the strange thing is that every time you think you've finally found solid ground, another challenge appears. Another setback. Another rejection. Another unexpected obstacle. Another test. And after enough tests, a dangerous thought begins to form. Maybe life is against me. Maybe I'm unlucky. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe this isn't meant for me. But what if the story you've been telling yourself is wrong? There was a man who spent years planting bamboo. Every day he watered the soil. Every day he showed up. Every day he did the work. And for a long time, nothing happened. No visible growth. No evidence. No reward. Imagine waking up every morning and seeing the same empty patch of ground. Imagine the neighbors watching. Imagine the doubt. Imagine hearing people whisper that you're wasting your time. Most people would quit. Most people would decide the effort wasn't worth it. Most people would stop showing up. But he didn't. He continued, day after day, month after month, year after year. And then something extraordinary happened. The bamboo finally broke through the surface. Not inches, not slowly. It exploded upward. In a remarkably short period of time, it grew higher than anyone thought possible. The question is this: did the bamboo grow suddenly? Or was it growing the entire time? The answer changes everything. Because while nobody could see it, roots were forming beneath the surface. Strength was being built underground. A foundation was being created before visible growth became possible. And maybe that's exactly what's happening in your life right now. Maybe the season you're in isn't a punishment. Maybe it's preparation. Maybe the reason progress feels invisible is because the most important growth is happening where nobody can see it. Your patience, your resilience, your character, your ability to continue when results are absent. Those things don't develop during easy seasons. They develop during difficult ones. Think about it. Nobody discovers how strong they are when everything goes according to plan. Nobody learns courage when there is nothing to fear. Nobody develops resilience when life is comfortable. The qualities that create extraordinary lives are forged in ordinary struggles. And yet we spend so much time trying to escape the very experiences that are shaping us. We want certainty. Life offers uncertainty. We want guarantees. Life offers risk. We want comfort. Life offers growth. And growth almost always feels uncomfortable. That's why so many people mistake discomfort for failure. The moment things get hard, they assume they're on the wrong path. The moment anxiety appears, they assume they're not capable. The moment fear shows up, they assume they should turn around. But fear is often evidence that you're standing near something important. Think about the moments that changed your life. The job interview that scared you. The conversation you didn't want to have. The opportunity that felt bigger than you. The dream that seemed impossible. Fear was there. Fear is almost always there. Not because you're weak, because you're growing. The truth is that anxiety loves to convince you that every challenge is permanent. It whispers that this feeling will never end. It tells you that one bad season equals a bad life. It points at today's struggle and calls it tomorrow's destiny. But anxiety is a terrible fortune teller. It has predicted thousands of disasters that never happened. It has convinced millions of people to surrender to futures that never arrived. Don't build your life around predictions made by fear. Build your life around actions taken despite fear. There is a difference, a massive difference. One creates prisons, the other creates freedom. The people you admire aren't fearless. They simply learned that courage is movement, not certainty, movement. One more phone call, one more application, one more workout, one more conversation, one more attempt, one more day. And eventually those small acts become a new identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is stuck. You begin seeing yourself as someone who continues. That shift changes everything. Because the greatest trap isn't failure, it's self-doubt. Failure hurts. Self-doubt multiplies the hurt. Failure says, that didn't work. Self-doubt says, you don't work. Failure attacks an outcome. Self-doubt attacks your identity. And when identity gets involved, people stop trying. Not because they lack ability, because they lose belief. That's why protecting your belief matters so much. Not blind optimism, not pretending everything is fine. Belief. The decision to keep faith with yourself even when results are delayed. The decision to refuse permanent conclusions from temporary circumstances. The decision to stay in the fight long enough to discover what's possible. Because here's a truth that most people realize too late. Life is not testing your ability to avoid difficulty. Life is testing your ability to remain yourself inside difficulty. Read that again in your mind. Life is not testing your ability to avoid difficulty. Life is testing your ability to remain yourself inside difficulty. Can you stay kind when you're disappointed? Can you stay disciplined when you're discouraged? Can you stay hopeful when evidence is scarce? Can you stay committed when progress is invisible? Those are the real tests. And every time you answer yes, something inside you becomes stronger. Not louder, stronger. Like steel placed under pressure, like roots growing beneath the surface, like a mountain being shaped by storms. The storm doesn't ask permission, it arrives. The question is whether you remember who you are while it's happening. So tonight, I want you to do something simple. I don't want you to make a 5-year plan. I don't want you to reinvent your life. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself with impossible expectations. I want you to sit quietly for 5 minutes. No distractions, no scrolling, no noise. And ask yourself one question. What challenge have I been treating like a punishment that might actually be preparation? Write down the answer. Then take one action. 1, not 10. 1. Send the message. Make the call. Start the application. Open the notebook. Go for the walk. Take the step, because your future will not be built by giant breakthroughs. It will be built by small acts of courage, repeated long enough to become destiny. And if this message found you during a difficult season, remember something. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not disqualified. You are being shaped. The chapter you're in is not the whole story. The test you're facing is not the final result. And the person you're becoming is stronger than the person who first entered this storm. Keep going. Keep showing up. Keep believing. One day you'll look back at the season that almost made you quit and realize it became the season that taught you who you really were. And when that day comes, you'll understand something that cannot be learned any other way. The strongest roots are built in the darkest soil.